This morning, it's tax season, folks, whether we want it to be or not. And we'll take a look at how you can tell when potholes start to damage your car.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We're just past 6:30 on Monday, January 29th. Now let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia, and good morning, everyone. A lot of clouds across the region, some showers as well. 34 outside our studios here in Hazard. And as we look at the weather headlines that get you out the door for a work and school day, it's a Monday and it's a dreary day, and the shower threat persists with another shot of rain coming in Tuesday. Not much sunshine the first half of the week, but at least the good news, the consolation prize. Temps running just below or just above average of 45, which is what we typically see this time of the year. Temperatures this morning, we're all waking up in the 30s, and the pinpoint Doppler radar pattern really hasn't changed much over the last 3 or 4 hours. South of 64, east of 65 with the rain and snow shower threat just to the west of Perry County here. As you make way from Manchester to Barberville back toward Harlan, again, Leslie County getting some good bursts of some shower activity. Indiana, Illinois, a lot of low clouds, and that's the reason why we're really not going to brighten up once the shower threat diminishes later this morning. Up to 40 this afternoon for the daytime high in Hazard. When can we get back to the sun? We'll let you know. Not a little bit either, a lot. First alert, 7-day forecast coming up in a few moments. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. Officials in Powell County are searching for a man wanted on felony-related charges. The Powell County Sheriff's Office posted to Facebook they are searching for Daryl DJ Sparks Jr. Sparks was last seen on camera on a trail in the Snow Creek area of Powell County. If you have any information on Sparks' location, you are asked to call Powell County Dispatch at the number you see on your screen. Police in Southern Kentucky arrested a man they have been looking for years. Williamsburg police arrested Rodney Richardson yesterday near the Cumberland River. Police say he has been wanted on several felony warrants that came out of a 2021 investigation. Richardson faces several theft and drug-related charges. The Catholic Action Center serves the unhoused community, but they say they need help supporting their cause in a unique way. The Pet Fund goes towards ensuring a safe, warm place for the pets and those without homes to stay in during extreme weather conditions. The Catholic Action Center partners with animal control to temporarily offer boarding to pets, but Jenny Ramsey says that comes with its emotional challenges.
I think a lot of folks would say pets. Why does someone experiencing homelessness need to have the additional burden of a pet? That's not a burden. That's part of their family.
Officials say they still need sandwich supplies, bleach, and gas cards for the Compassionate Caravan. Most folks have had their run-in with an unfriendly pothole a time or a few before, but how do we know when those potholes are starting to take a toll on our cars? One car dealer says to slow down before approaching a pothole, gripping the steering wheel, and never brake when your car is in the pothole. Experts say that if you notice unalignment following a pothole, you should get that checked.
You could potentially create more damage to the front end of your vehicle, knocking it further out of alignment, and it's knocked the alignment out. Could have also damaged, the tie rod ends, the ball joints, anything in the suspension. I mean, there's a laundry list of things that it could be.
If you see a pothole on a state-maintained road, such as an interstate or federal highway, you can call 1-800-PATCH-IT. A proposed bill would change voter ID rules in Kentucky. A committee approved Senate Bill 80 last week. It would no longer accept student IDs as a valid form of photo ID for Kentucky voters. The bill will go to the full Senate for a vote. Next time you'll need your ID to vote is on May 21st for Kentucky's primary election. The polls will be open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. To check voter ID requirements, go to elect.ky.gov. Today is the first day you can start to file with the IRS for this upcoming tax season. Julia Narvaez-Menguia talked with a tax pro and shows us what you should be looking out for this year.
Tax season is here, and enrolled agent Bill Farmer says his ultimate piece of advice for this year is
don't get in a rush. There are a lot of people that are going to computerize tax forms, and they have to be out by the 31st of January.
Farmer says filing without all of your paperwork squared away is likely to get corrected by the IRS. And if you choose to file online, Farmer says the key is to print out your finished tax return first, check for mistakes, and then hit send.
If you've got transposed digits in your W-2 or something, the IRS is going to make that math change, and they're not going to tell you why they changed it. They're just going to change it and go on with life.
And make sure you stay tuned to the potential increase with the child tax credit, as legislation is still up in the air.
If they change the tax laws, it's going to push back the start from tomorrow until whenever the IRS is ready. Don't get in too big a rush. Wait and see what happens. Give them a couple days to get it worked out.
Farmer says to not be shocked when you get that 1099-K form in the mail. This form is from third-party networks like Venmo or PayPal.
The government knows that you got that money. Maybe you sold your football tickets. Maybe you sold your Taylor Swift tickets. That's a big deal because there were people that sold the tickets for a lot of money.
In Lexington, Julia Narvaez-Menguia, WKYT.
The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet announced an entrance closure in London today. The entrance of the London Marketplace off Kentucky 192 will be closed from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. The project is a part of the Kentucky 192 Congestion Project. All businesses will remain open and drivers can enter through the intersection between Captain D's and Crystal. Doctors are worried more parents are turning to an over-the-counter sleep aid for kids. A recent study found nearly 1 in 5 school-age children take melatonin every day. Melatonin is sold as a dietary supplement and isn't regulated by the same standard as medication. Doctors say it shouldn't be a parent's first choice to get their kids to go to sleep. A sleep medicine specialist at Norton Children's says parents should first try to adjust behaviors at home, like cutting back on screen time to help promote good sleep.
Bedtime routine basically consists of about 30 to 45 minutes before going to bed. Turn off all the devices. The simple thing like a shower, brushing the teeth, changing the BJ, reading story, those kind of things should be strongly implemented.
If those changes don't help, parents are encouraged to speak with their child's pediatrician before turning to melatonin. One South Central Kentucky National Park is honoring the park's Black history as Black History Month approaches. Mammoth Cave officials say that the park owes a lot of its present-day success to Black history. One of the more significant figures in that era was Stephen Bishop, who, although was brought to the park as an enslaved person, is responsible for most of the early exploration of the cave and drew publicity to the World Wonder.
He was the first person to cross what we call the bottomless pit and making his way deeper into the lower levels of the cave to discover the underground river system. As word spread through newspapers and by word of mouth, the rest of the world wanted to come to Mammoth Cave, even in the early 1800s, to see what was being talked about.
All of Mammoth Cave's Black History Month plans can be found linked to this story on our website, WYMT.com. One local 15-year-old is celebrating her birthday by giving back. Since 2016, Miranda Engel has collected blankets to deliver to the Women's Center, Baby Pantry, and Hospital to give to babies. Ingalls says giving back to others was the best gift she could ask for and plans to continue to do it for years to come.
Oh yeah, I hope to continue this all the way into adulthood. I hope to pass it on to my children when I'm older, and hopefully I can start like maybe a business to where not really like I'm getting the money, but to where I can use that money and also give it to the women's shelter and the hospital.
They are collecting blankets to the end of February. For anyone interested in donating, you can donate blankets to the New Hope Church in Hazard.
And a good Monday morning to you. It is a beautiful view because it's not freezing cold. 34 last check outside our WYMT studios. Just to verify, Rory, teas or short weather here? Because I was anticipating teas, that's why I got my cup of coffee. All right, short weather. We adjust on the fly because that's what we always do in weather. We either stretch or we're going shorter. We're always the accordion in the newscast. All right, let's go ahead and check out what's going on temperature-wise around the region. 30s as we get you out the door. And yes, the pinpoint Doppler radar still on the active side with a scattering of rain and snow shower activity. Where we see the heavier bursts of snow, like over toward Leslie and Harlan counties, out toward Whitesburg and Jenkins. This is where we're seeing some of the snow showers based on the intensity of the precipitation. All of this will gradually wind down as we head through this morning, and as you look back toward Indiana and Illinois, a lot of low clouds. Doesn't mean much sunshine today. This dry air back through here, that gets in here as we head through tonight, and then some other weather elements come into play for the second half of tomorrow. What do those weather elements mean? We'll let you know. Your first alert 7-day forecast is just coming up in a few moments. Olivia?